Hey everybody, this is Dr. Andrew Kim, MD, and today's video is about New Year's resolutions. Have you broke your New Year's resolution already? Well, if you have, you're probably in good company because surveys indicate that about 80% of us don't keep our New Year's resolutions by the end of the calendar year, and most of us give up on them by mid-February. So why is it so difficult and so challenging to keep our resolutions? Well, part of the problem may be in the concept of New Year's resolutions themselves, and I'm going to give you 5 quick tips on how to help you get back on track in achieving healthy change and achieving healthy goals, so stick around. So first of all, let's take a look at the definition of resolution itself. Resolution is defined as making a firm decision to do or not do something. So think about that. That's a pretty black and white, all or nothing type of definition. All right, and as human beings, we kind of fall into this trap or this mentality of this kind of all or nothing black and white thinking. So the moment that we have a setback, a slip up, we make some mistakes, we don't achieve things as quick as we'd like to, we get frustrated and we say, screw it, I'll wait till next year. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to give you 5 quick tips on how to get back on track and have a better chance or likelihood of achieving this healthy change. All right, so tip number 1. All right, I want you to think big but plan small. All right, and I want you to set smart goals, not just any goals. So what do I mean by this? When we set resolutions, these tend to be very big, grand ideas, promises to ourselves, a trajectory of where we'd like to see our life go, but goals are much more specific, okay? Goals are much more precise and they're time-bound, all right? And the way that I think about it is simply making a New Year's resolution without setting goals or planning, that's like making a wish. Just making a wish. And look, by chance, it may come true, but you're lowering the probability of achieving that if you're not setting goals. Now, when it comes to setting goals, I don't want to spend the whole video on this, but I want you to set SMART goals. So let's use that acronym, SMART. S is for specific. Be as specific as possible. M is for measurable. There's got to be some way that you can quantify, measure, track if you're kind of working your way towards that goal. So don't be vague and leave it kind of open-ended and difficult to interpret. Measurable. A is for attainable and achievable. All right, don't set yourself up for failure. Don't self-sabotage. Make sure that this is a reachable and achievable goal. All right, R is for relevant. Is this even related to what you want to do with your life, what you want to achieve? So don't just set random goals, but make sure it's honed in and related to what you're trying to achieve. And T is time-bound, time-bound. So set some kind of marker and see if you can achieve that goal by that time point. And if you don't, analyze it and see what happened. How can I approach it differently? Do I need to tweak the goal itself? But make sure you set an endpoint of when you want to try to track your progress. So again, let's focus more on goals and setting smaller gradual goals along the way than just simply setting a resolution or a promise and not planning. All right, so tip number 2. All right, I want you to think about what is your why. What is my why? All right, and what do I mean by that? Look, I love the motivational speaker Eric Thomas. All right, I follow him on YouTube and on Instagram, and he's got a very popular video series about what is your why. And what he means by that is, what is your motivating factor? All right, what motivates you? What drives you to wake up every day? Why do you even wake up and do the things that you do? And now apply that same concept to your SMART goals that we just talked about. Why are you even setting these goals? All right, do these goals align with your core values? Your core values. Now, all of us draw our values from different places. For some of us, it's from our religious beliefs. For some of us, it's from our cultural backgrounds, our family upbringing, or a bit of all of the above. But when is the last time you thought about your core values? Our lives are so busy with work, with family, with our social lives, with our cell phones bothering us and bombarding us with stuff, when's the last time you took a time out to sit, reflect, and think about your core values, okay? Because you gotta make sure that your goals, your SMART goals that we just talked about, are aligned with your values, okay? Are you trying to do these resolutions or these goals that we talked about that are very common? I wanna lose weight. I wanna get more fit. I want to get that promotion or make that next step in my career. I would stop and ask yourself, why? Why did I set these particular goals, okay? Is it to impress somebody, my family, friends, strangers on social media, just to make myself feel good, to put a Band-Aid on an insecurity? Or do those goals that I just mentioned, do they truly align with my values? Like I'm trying to grow as a person, I'm trying to get healthier for the long term. I want to be there for my family, etc., okay? So take some time, whether it's, today, tomorrow, but I want you to do it gradually. Look, we're not going to sit and say, I'm going to take 3 hours, I'm going to sit at Starbucks, I'm going to put headphones on, and I'm going to find out the meaning of my life on this very day. Okay, that's another type of setup of all or nothing thinking. I'm going to figure it out now, and if I don't, I'm going to be frustrated. No, every day, in the little actions that you do at work, at home with your family, at school, with your friends, with strangers, with your interactions, just think about, are the actions that I'm taking, do they resonate with my core values and the goals that I've set up for myself? Or do I feel like my actions that I'm taking are not aligned with my value system? And if that's the case, look, you gotta stop, you gotta think about your values. Do my values line up with my goals? And always reflect every day, because it's always changing, what is my why? Tip number 3, like one of my childhood heroes said growing up, Bruce Lee said, be like water, my friend. And what did he mean by that? He meant like water adapts to its different containers when you pour them, be adaptable and be flexible. Adaptable and flexible, okay? Look, we cannot have this rigid mindset of setting a resolution and then when things don't go our way, we quit and we give up. Look, life does not stop simply because you set some goals, even if they were SMART goals, okay? We get surprise bills, all right? We get surprise repairs on our homes, repairs that are needed on our car. We get fired from jobs. We need to move. We have pleasant surprises and good things happen, all right? Life does not stop, and you have to build in even mental and emotional contingencies that you may have to adapt. And what I mean by that is you may have to adapt your approach to your goals, all right? You may have to adapt the timeline of your goals. You may have to adapt and be flexible with the goals themselves, all right? Think about it. Who expected our current situation as we speak? Who could have said, hey, this year there's going to be a global pandemic, and I guarantee you most of us, if not all of us, have had our goals affected in some way or another by this whole situation. But you still have a choice when you face adversity, all right? When you are facing adversity and obstacles in achieving your goals, you have the option to be rigid, and that will lead to more frustration and grief, or you have the option to be flexible and adaptable. Make the healthier choice. Tip number 4, reset the clock on your goals for right now. Reset the clock for right now. New Year's resolutions, for some reason, they have this weird phenomenon, okay, of making us think like, I broke my resolution in March, so I'm just going to give up for the rest of the calendar year, and I'm going to wait for January 1st of the next year? No, look. If you set some goals, all right, and again, goals have specific endpoints, all right, they're time bound, and if you don't achieve it by then, or if you have some kind of slip up or setback, look, don't say, I'm going to wait 285 days to set that goal again. I'm going to wait till January 1st of the next year. That's some arbitrary rule that someone made up, I guess. Reset the clock for right now, literally right now, and say, hey, what went wrong? All right? What went right? What went wrong? How could I approach this better next time? Like I said, how do I be adaptable? Do I need to improve my planning, my approach, the goal itself? And start right now. So don't wait. Start right now. And the last one, all right, tip number 5 is just do it. Just like Nike said, just do it, all right? And look, you can plan all you want, you can analyze all you want, and you can give yourself as many pep talks and watch as many motivational videos, but without action, these goals aren't going to get done, all right? So don't be a prisoner of the past, and don't let the past hold you hostage, even if you said, look, I've tried before, and I've tried to work on these goals, and it didn't work. But look, today's a different day. And like I said, maybe it's the approach, maybe it's the goal itself, maybe it's the timeline, but don't let the prisoner hold you hostage. Don't be afraid of taking a risk, and don't let the fear of failure prevent you from starting. Because look, achieving healthy goals involves risk. Think of anything healthy you've tried to do in your life, anything healthy, eating healthy, quitting smoking, quitting using certain drugs, trying to exercise, trying to train for a marathon. All of these things, all these healthy things cause stress, discomfort, and push you out of your comfort zone. So if you're not feeling some level of nervousness and stress and discomfort, you're probably not pushing yourself enough. And you just can't avoid risk. There's going to be risk in order to achieve healthy things, all right? So don't let the fear of failure stop you from getting out the starting gate, all right? And the last thing is, look, enjoy and celebrate along the way. So as you're achieving these goals gradually, goal after goal, stop, reflect, celebrate with others, because you want that encouragement and you want that motivation, okay? For that fueled fire to just keep you going, basically. So celebrate. Don't forget to do that along the way. So look, I hope that this concept of, not focusing so much on the traditional idea of New Year's resolutions and focusing more on goals and some of these tips were helpful to you. Because like I said, probably right now, myself included, we've broke our resolutions. So let's not focus so much on that rigid concept, but let's set some smart goals and use some of these tips to help you achieve them. All right? So this is Dr. Andrew Kim. Look, please subscribe, please like. We're going to continue, growing some motivational series in these video channels of mine, as well as the traditional mental health topics. So if you like this stuff, please leave me some suggestions, please leave me some feedback, and we'll keep this thing going. So Dr. Andrew Kim, set some smart goals, work on achieving them. I hope that everyone out there is safe, be happy, be well, everyone. See you next time.